Live from downtown Darien, Connecticut, it's the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrew from the DAF Media Network, alongside John Cini, who has been with us for the last 6 years doing the Darien Memorial Day Parade broadcasts. And John, we're about to get started here, but first I just want to say the DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Student volunteers man our equipment and are part of our crew. This DAF Media production is brought to you with the support from Terry and Nancy McGraw, so we thank them. And not a Chamber of Commerce day, John, but we're going to get this parade in, and it's always a special event. You're a longtime resident here in Darien, Connecticut. You've made it your home. You've raised your 3 children here, you and your wife, Michelle, and this is a very special day, I know, for you and your family, as it is for many of Darien residents here.
Yeah, I agree, Damian, and thank you very much. We had a Chamber of Commerce first couple days of the weekend anyway.
We did.
So, and the rain is holding off, hopefully, for a couple of hours. So before we get started, the Monuments and Ceremonies Commission asked me to comment on the ceremony that occurs every year after the parade. And this year, and again, it's down by the library at the Veterans Cemetery right after the parade. And this year, Darien's Memorial Day keynote speaker will be the author, Robert H. Bob Patton. Now, I've been in town for a long time. I've known the Pattons a very long time through the DGFL and their efforts with the flag football, but I had no idea that they were related to the General Patton. That we all know. So he is, like I said, he and Vicki are longtime residents of Darien, and he's the grandson of General George S. Patton, Jr., of World War II fame, and the son of Major General George S. Patton IV. Bob's a Korean. His father, General George Patton IV, is a Korean and Vietnam War veteran, and the grandson, like I said, Bob's the grandson of George S. Patton. He's the 4-star general who led the U.S. 7th Army in the Mediterranean Theater, and then the 3rd Army in France and Germany after the Allied invasion of Normandy in World War II. Bob and Vicki raised their 4 sons in Darien, through 3 of them who are Darien residents. And Bob's the author of 6 books, including The Pattons, A Personal History of an American Family. Over many years, Bob and Vicki have also been very active, like I said, in the Darien Junior Football League. First, John Zagrodzky will read the names of Darien's 92 servicemen who lost their lives in defense of our country in all conflicts in the Civil War on. At this ceremony, the Honor Guard unit from VFW Post 6933 will discharge 3 volleys to salute their fallen comrades, and that's followed by taps and a concluding benediction. It's been said by many, and I agree, that the parade and the ceremony is almost like a throwback to these time-honored events that many recall from our younger days. Come to the ceremony once, and you'll remember it forever. We'd also like to extend a big thank you to Darien Monuments and Ceremonies Commission members for their time putting this parade together, led by its new chair, Sue Ann Shore, who's recently taken over for the former and longtime chairman and a very good friend of ours. And supporter of this broadcast, Terry Gaffney.
I just talked to Terry, still getting the lineup correct and figured out up at Good Wives Shopping Center.
So he can't leave his hands off of this.
Can't leave his hands off it.
So the Monuments and Ceremonies Commission consists of 15 volunteer members charged with establishing the guidelines for new monuments, markers, plaques erected on public property, and they do the cataloging, surveying, and identifying the maintenance and the upkeep needs of all memorial monuments, markers, and plaques on town property. It also, as we see here today, organizes and monitors public patriot parades, celebrations, anniversaries, and special community events to enhance the image of the town.
I want to give a quick shout out to our DAF Media production crew. As I mentioned at the outset, all student volunteers at DHS. They do a terrific job bringing you the sights and sounds from all our broadcasts. Charlotte Kaiser, Marcus Ashcraft, happy that they are with us today on this special Memorial Day here in beautiful Darien. Again, Damian Andrew alongside John Cini, longtime resident of Darien. And so happy to have John with us, as he is every year on these Memorial Day parade broadcasts. And we are so thrilled that the weather is cooperating with us today, as we are getting ready here for the start of this parade.
So, Damian, let me just talk about our Grand Marshal.
Yep.
He'll follow the Darien Police lead car and our color guard of the Darien Police. He's retired U.S. Army helicopter pilot Eugene Markowski. He served during the Vietnam War, and he'll be the Grand Marshal of the 2024 Memorial Day Parade, as I mentioned. Gene is a 1964 graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, and then served on the Vietnam War as a decorated combat helicopter pilot. Gene earned the rank of captain, leading an aviation section 1 of the 1st Cavalry Division, and he received various accolades for his service, including the Distinguished Flying Cross for extraordinary heroism and gallantry, a Bronze Star Medal, and an Air Medal. Gene resides in Darien with his wife, Bonnie, of 59 years.
How about that?
Pretty cool.
Great for them.
Cool.
Congrats to them as we see the Darien Police Color Guard approaching the viewing stand here. We are right in front of Nielsen's Florist off of Post Road.
Have to thank the Nielsen family for their generosity.
Yep.
Camping out here, and also aren't we tied into the library
We're
Wi-Fi?
You got to thank Kira Parrott, who's runs the library. Saw her this morning, and as we tapped into their internet connection, and as you can see, the color guard there.
We just had some of our police commissioners and police chief walk by.
And the Darien High School Jazz Ensemble is approaching the viewing stand, led by director Jonathan Grauer.
We're seeing our first selectman, John Zagrodzky. He's marching in his first year as first selectman. He's joined by other members of the Board of Selectmen and Tracy Mara, our local House rep, Connecticut House rep. And one of the marchers was former first selectman Monica McNally. I think I saw Mike Burke in there as well.
It was Mike Burke. Yes, it was. And here is the Darien High School Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Jonathan Grauer. As we're going to see them here approaching our viewing location. And they do such a great job. Darien High School has a tremendous, as you know, John, athletic program, but they have an equally tremendous music program.
Yeah, it's serving on the Board of Ed for,
Yep.
I think, my 5th year. A lot of Blue Wave pride in this town of the education system and the support it gets from the community. And just a school spirit, throughout the entire district. This is the VFW Post 6933 at Darien. Its mission is to support local veterans in need and provide a safe space for or post for them. They're a group of combat veterans ranging from World War II to the current conflicts throughout the globe, with our newest members being Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. It's a great place to go and have a beer and see some of our local community members as well.
Absolutely. Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 6933, as John just mentioned.
And then we have the Connecticut National Guard. It traces its origins back to 1636 as a military arm of the colonial provincial government. It currently consists of 6 battalions located throughout the state. Representing them today are this outfit served in Afghanistan. These men and women are experienced, tested leaders who are experts in their field. Time and time again, your Connecticut engineers have provided relief efforts here at home, in the wake of weather events, and abroad. And the Museum of Darien and the Daughters of American Revolution also follow them. The mission of the museum in Darien is to maintain, to collect, and preserve and exhibit materials of local historic value and to educate the community about its heritage. It was established in 1953 as the Darien Historical Society. And the Good Wives River chapter members of the Daughters of the American Revolution are marching together. And then we have the whaleboat, I believe, the Middlesex, that's placed in the front yard of the Darien Museum following.
And marching, the Darien EMS Post 53. John, you can speak to this. What a great organization here in Darien, Connecticut.
Literally one of a kind in this country. You tell people about this organization and they just don't believe that it's simply run by high schoolers with the support of adults, but literally run by high schoolers. And my youngest, Jake Sini, not quite out in the element today, but I'm told he's in one of these ambulances in the back. He's currently on duty. But what an amazing organization that makes this community so proud of their service.
And again, you're watching the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. And, of course, we also want to say that this DAF Media production brought to you with the support from Terry and Nancy McGraw. We want to thank them for all that they do for our organization, DAF Media.
We just watched the Masonic Club of Darien, Ivanhoe Lodge 107, walk by, and it's located at 354 Post Road, down on the east side of town. The Masonry is one of the oldest and largest fraternities in the world. The lodge invites interested men to visit the lodge on the second Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. We have the Darien Chamber of Commerce following them. It's committed to taking a leadership role in promoting the business community and the quality of life in Darien. And there's a lot for those that are watching from afar. There's just been an incredible amount of development in this town. We're so very fortunate. Done, primarily by local developers.
Yep.
And you just see this business and its downtown and its new Norotan Heights district are being, which is also being rebuilt. The commerce is thriving in this town, the activity downtown.
I don't live in Darien, but I have worked in this area for 17 years, and what's going on here is very exciting for the people of Darien, and as you mentioned, the development.
A lot of change, which opens some eyes, but in this case, I think the change is going to be good.
Yep. Again, you're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation, and you are watching the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade. It is not picture perfect, but the rain is staying away, and it's a really beautiful parade.
That was just the Darien Sail and Power Squadron, being a coastal town, a lot of boating, and it's in its 71st year of teaching boating in this town.
You see right there. We've got the Darien Library. Darien Library, among the busiest libraries in the state with the highest per capita circulation in Connecticut. Last year, over 480,000 books and materials were checked out by readers of all ages. Kira Parrott runs the library. She is a big supporter of what we do, DAF Media, and as we're getting a good shot of the Darien Library flag there.
So the former longtime library director, Alan Gray, who also I think helped us in the earlier years of this
He certainly
broadcast.
did. Got this up and running for us. Yep.
He's riding along with board president Hutch Pegler, a good friend of mine. Alan served in 1966 to 1969 as a corporal in the U.S. Marine Corps, spending about 15 months in Vietnam, which again, knew the guy for years, did not know that.
Yep. The things you find out, John.
This is the Harney Pender Keedy Academy of Irish Dance.
I always love this part of the parade. These girls do such a great job. They're so enthusiastic, so much energy, and they're happy to be out here celebrating this special day in Darien, Connecticut.
Here we got the YMCA gymnastics team, which is another amazing community resource in this town. You move to Darien, and the realtors kind of drive you by the Y, and you can't believe it.
Yeah.
And sits on a holly pond, and it's a beautiful facility.
And that's gone through some renovations in recent years, which is tremendous.
Absolutely.
Again, our DAF Media production crew, student volunteers from Darien, Charlotte Kaiser on one of our cameras, and Marcus Ashcraft, who is directing the show, as we like to say. Damian Andrew alongside John Cini. So happy to be with you on this special day here in Darien, Connecticut. The annual parade, Memorial Day parade, and Post Road is lined with people. We did not think that would be the case about 2 hours ago when we had a significant amount of rainfall come through, but that has seemed to pass, and we're
dried out.
We're dried out. Our fingers are crossed, and that this will continue as we get this parade in. And we are here in front of Nielsen's Florist and Garden Shop, and I want to thank the Nielsen family for their support of DAF Media and allowing us to set up shop here on Boston Post Road.
We talked about a bit about the volunteerism of the commission that runs this parade, but this town is literally run by volunteers, and I think this day brings some of that spirit out.
Yep. And you see some of those volunteers lining the street to Post Road to watch this parade.
Little break before our first fire department, the Norotan Volunteer Fire Department. It's now approaching 130 years of service. We still have 3 separate, distinct fire departments, but that all provide mutual aid to one another in this town. It's just a wonderful, unique aspect of how our fire and emergency services are run in this town. Again, all volunteer, which is a uncommon in this day and age. Norotan also is uniquely responsible for covering the Long Island Sound Marine and fire rescue responses, and has a well-developed marine division that has 3 boats now. Last year, they purchased a 33-foot fireboat, replacing a 27 Boston Whaler fireboat. And this new fireboat, I'm told, is the second most capable emergency service boat in the Long Island Sound, second to the Coast Guard in Eaton's Neck, Long Island. So it's a pretty cool specimen. The volunteers respond to hundreds of incidents year-round, from house fires and motor vehicle accidents to, as I mentioned earlier, rescues on Long Island Sound. If you're interested in joining this membership, please reach out to them. They're being led by the Fairfield County Pipes and Drums. Their apparatus includes Ladder 30, Engine 31, Engine 32, Rescue 33, and I like this one, the antique 1972 Maxim pumper.
Love those bagpipes.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's a parade. Again, you're watching the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. I want to thank both of those organizations for all of their support of DAF Media. And we're so happy to be here this morning, Memorial Day, a special day throughout our country. And this is a special parade. Damian Andrew alongside John Cini, longtime Darien resident, as we hear the sirens and the horns in the fire department rolling by.
One of the beauties of having 3 fire departments is, the kids can see 3 different fire truck companies go by.
Yeah. And as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, so many Darien High School students are volunteers.
Yeah, not only at Post 53, but the 3 fire departments, which is really neat. And even post-grad, college, when they come back from the summers.
Yep.
Or if they attend college locally.
In fact, one of our crew members, Charlotte Kaiser, is a volunteer firefighter here in Darien.
Awesome.
And here comes the Darien Men's Association.
So they meet at the DCA.
Yep.
I haven't had yet the opportunity to address them, but every recount I have, is a group of amazing gentlemen that always are a great audience for their speakers. They meet weekly September to June at the DCA, and they have a wide variety of sports, education, and social activities. And again, they bring in a speaker series on Wednesday evenings.
I'm over at the DCA quite a bit throughout the year, and I see these guys at some of their meetings while I'm on property. The Darien Men's Association. Again, you are watching the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade here in the beautiful town of Darien, Connecticut. Our DAF Media production crew, Darien High School seniors Marcus Ashcraft and Charlotte Kaiser. I want to thank them for their efforts and all that they do for DAF Media, as well as all of our student volunteers. Could not do it without them. And we are able to bring you over 100 broadcasts during the academic school year.
We have Atria, Darien Senior Living, following them. Wonderful community.
Award-winning independent and assisted living community design with a focus on living purposefully.
So the green team, all volunteers, common theme, which is gathering about 19 nonprofit environmental groups in town. Beautification, the DCA, the Bird Sanctuary, the Darien Nature Center, Tree Conservancy, Environmental Group, Advisory Committee for Sustainability, Land Trust, Parks and Rec, Mather Homestead, Pollinator Pathways, Swap Shop, a very hot area in town on the week and weekends, and the Garden Club.
You talk about the word volunteerism in this town, and there are so many volunteers in so many different organizations, and that's what makes Darien Darien. There's so many giving people. And
as we've seen through the generations, as we watch the Daisies, Brownies, Juniors, Cadets, Seniors, and Ambassadors walk by, Girl Scouts of Darien is the only all-girl organization for scouting in town, starting in kindergarten and running through high school. The girls learn leadership skills and recognize strengths as they do well. There's over 400 Girl Scouts in Darien alone, and we're seeing a lot of them.
Yep, certainly are. And
huge group.
And they're having a great time out here today.
And their moms and dads. And they're waving for the cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, they're clamoring for our cameras. And they're having a good time. And they're dry, which is important.
Yeah. I'm not sure we'd see so many of them with pouring rain.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx us, but yeah, it's nice that the weather is cooperating with us for now. The Mather Homestead, bringing history to life.
I think we have some of our high school interns carrying the banner. I'm a member of that foundation's board as well. It's a great place in a wonderful corner of town. A lot of history there between the Revolutionary War and our founder of the National Park System, all associated with the Mather family.
We did a broadcast there once, John.
Oh, very cool.
We did, yeah.
And now we have Noroton Heights Fire Department, the second of the three. It's a all hazards response organization ready to protect and serve our community. Again, serves mutual aid with the other two departments as well. The apparatus in this department, Truck 20. I believe this is going to be the new ladder truck that the town just purchased. You got Squad 21, a 2018 Spartan Marion Pumper Rescue. Tanker 22, a 2015 Spartan MetroStar, another tanker. Engine 23, which is 1989 Mack truck. Rescue 25, another 1989 Mack truck, and the Chiefs vehicle.
The Noroton Heights Fire Department.
'89 Mack truck. I didn't even graduate high school at that point. Some of this apparatus, they take really good care of it. These last two Mack trucks, a perfect example.
Oh yeah, they're in pristine condition. And you mentioned your youngest son, Jake, graduating this spring. The third and final Sini boy to graduate from Darien High School.
Yep, couldn't be prouder of the three.
I know you and your wife, Michelle, are so proud of your boys. You should be. Two of them, and Jake a little bit, were involved in DAF Media, but Luke and Connor were both involved in DAF Media a lot. As you mentioned, Jake involved in Post 53, which obviously takes a lot of his time.
Just a couple minutes here.
Yeah, a couple minutes here and there.
As he served the last 24 hours. No, all three will be at Clemson next year. We're pretty excited.
You should be. Again, you're watching the Darien Memorial Day Parade here in beautiful Darien, Connecticut. And a little overcast today. I think the rain's coming later today, but had some rain this morning, but it has worked out very well right now as the parade rolls down the route here on the Post Road.
We just saw At Home Darien go by. Their mission is to help seniors remain living independently, comfortably, and with dignity in their own homes in the community as long as possible. They give a great perspective to our community, talking about yesteryear and reflecting back on how great this town is.
Pivot
we also
Ministries.
had I'm sorry about that. One second. We just had the Darien Senior Center go by as well, and that's in a truck driven by Joe Penkhouse.
The members of Pivot Ministries singing God Bless America as they walk by our viewing location here on Post Road. And Pivot Ministries always in this parade in Darien. Look at that parade from our vantage point near the Darien Public Library, which is such a lovely facility and has gone through its share of upgrades through the years. The Darien Republican Town Committee marching by.
Just like the other town committee, the mission is to recruit and support qualified and competent candidates for all elected and appointed positions. Again, mostly in charge of, recruiting volunteers. And the vast majority of our town is run by the volunteers.
That's
both
been
elected and appointed.
Yeah, that's been a common theme throughout this Memorial Day Parade broadcast is the volunteerism here in Darien, which is significant. The Oxridge and Royal Schools Pack 56 Cub Scouts.
Yeah, one of many Cub Scout and Boy Scout troops headed our way.
Packs 55 and 56, and we're going to see packs 155 and 161 from Holmes Elementary School as they make their way down the parade route. There's pack 161. And again, you're watching the Darien Memorial Day Parade here on the DAF Media Network. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation, and this DAF Media production brought to you with the support from Terry and Nancy McGraw.
Damien, we just saw Scouts BSA Troop 2019 go by, and Troop 2019 is Darien's Female Scouting America Troop. It was founded in February of 2019 with 6 intrepid girls. And it's tripled its membership since then, and it's followed by Scouts BSA Troop 53 and BSA Troop 35.
Darien Democratic Committee as they follow the Republican Committee. And I believe this is the Darien Nature Center. Founded in 1979, the Darien Nature Center is a thriving community center, home to robust environmental educational programs, a diverse collection of live animals, seasonal exhibits, and lectures.
Located on one of Darien's most active parks, Cherry Lawn Park, off of Brookside Road.
Getting a wave at the camera. You hear those bagpipes again, John.
Yep. And that's going to mark the entrance of the Darien Fire Department into our cameras. Now, this fire department was organized July 31st in 1895. It was located at the southeast corner of Center Street and Boston Post Road. I believe it's the New York State Courts bagpipe team. They're proud and honored to march for the Darien Fire Department. They're going to come by with 8 pieces of equipment. We might have gotten our fire departments mixed up at one point because he's in the road fire department.
We did.
It might have been out of order.
Yeah.
I was reading the script, not looking at the
John and I are going off script here, in case you can't tell. But sometimes the lineup is shuffled a little bit up at the Goodwives Shopping Center, where this parade route starts, and it stops at the Darien Public Library, which is right to our right. But as John mentioned, though, there are 3 different volunteer fire departments here in Darien, Connecticut.
Yeah, it threw me off a little. But this is the Norotan Fire Department, so I'm sure I read the script of the Norotan Fire Department for the Darien Fire Department. Sorry, gentlemen and ladies.
And this DAF Media production today brought to you with the support from Terry and Nancy McGraw. And the DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation.
Well, you do it 7 years, we're bound to screw up.
Well, we do know now, John, in doing this, that the order does sometimes get flip-flopped. The Norotan Fire Department. And fire trucks are such a big part of a parade. The children love them and the adults love them with all their bells and whistles.
Kind of brings back your youth.
Yep, it does. It does. And we are coming to the end of the Darien Memorial Day Parade. We're taking a look at the Norotan Fire Department, their float, and we are going to wrap it up here. And, of course, you mentioned at the outset of our broadcast, there is a ceremony after the parade here. This year it's going to be inside the Darien Public Library. And that is a special event, which I know you are.
Well, Damien, before we log off, let's get first let John Zagrodzky on really quick as he runs over to the ceremony. We have a couple quick minutes. John, We just watched the parade go by and complete. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
We saw you walk by earlier, but if you could give us a minute of what this day means to you and how much you're looking forward to the ceremony afterwards.
Well, it's a great way to come out and show support for everyone who made the ultimate sacrifice, everyone who has served in the armed forces, everyone who protects what this country represents. And it's a great day to be out and see all the different folks in town standing there and acknowledging that sacrifice. And so it's a real privilege to be here, and I'm thankful for everything they've done for us.
Yeah, and we're thankful that we're starting to see this skies brighten a little.
It is great. It was raining earlier, but the fact is it's cloudy, it's cool. I mean, it's actually perfect weather for a parade today, I have to say.
Yeah, John, we don't want this jacket to get wet either.
No, I have the ivory-colored jacket on with the bright red tie, and I figured you have to kind of look the part if you're going to do this, so
all right,
no problem.
Well, we'll let you get going over there. Thanks for stopping by, and
Absolutely.
We'll see you over there.
All right, thanks very much, and thanks
so
for all
much,
the work
John.
you guys are doing. All right, take care, John. Take care.
The 2024 the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade on the DAF Media Network. And the DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. And this production this morning, is brought to you with the support from Terry and Nancy McGraw. We thank them, we thank the DF, we thank the DAF, and we thank our DAF Media production crew on our ISO camera, Charlotte Kaiser, directing this broadcast. It's great to have him involved with the DAF Media, a longtime member, Marcus Ashcraft. And his mom is also on one of our cameras, Rebecca Ashcraft, so we thank her for sticking around and helping us get this off the ground, this production. John, as always, could not do this without you. You always have the script and all the notes ready to go, and I want to thank you for all that you do in this town, a town that you and your family have really embraced and grown to love. You did not grow up in Darien, but it's Long Island, but it certainly is home. And I'm a New Yorker too, and as I said, I've worked in this town for 17 years, and it is a special place with a lot of special people, and we talked about all the volunteers that make it that way.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching this commemorative ceremony put up by, again, our volunteers in town. So thank you, Damien.
Yeah.
It's always special doing this year a little more.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you again and again, our DAF Media production crew, Marcus Ashcraft, Charlotte Kaiser. I am Damien Andrew, and this has been a production of the DAF Media, a organization supported by the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. But we want to thank you all for watching the 2024 Darien Memorial Day Parade. John, I'll give you any closing thoughts you might want to add here, and then we will sign off and wrap this up. And please, everybody, stay healthy, stay happy today, and enjoy the Memorial Day festivities with your family and close friends.
Much appreciated, Damon, and I just want to have everybody take a moment to reflect on what this day really means, and appreciate what everybody has, those that have given the ultimate sacrifice to this country. So thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
All right, that'll do it, everybody. Thanks for watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. I want to thank John Cini. I want to thank our DAF Media production crew, Marcus Ashcraft, who was here bright and early with me to help set this production up in front of Nielsen's Florist here on the Post Road, and it went off without a hitch. And I want to also thank Charlotte Kaiser for her great work on our isolation camera today. Thank Rebecca Ashcraft, who is a board member of the Darien Athletic Foundation. So for all of them, I am Damien Andrew. Have a great Memorial Day. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.